what we recognize is the minute it no longer brings us joy, we have permission to reset. So our team has been rallying together to say, hey, like, could we be a hybrid of what we used to be? A farm team, a homegrown team that our brand was it was in our control, and we had to just have some real honest conversations of like, where do we lose our mojo at? Oh, it's good to identify. Now, how do we go about it to get it back? So we are implementing new standards of like an agent has to do X amount of videos to be on our team a week. We have to visit X amount of businesses a week. We have to visit X amount of communities a week. We are just doing simple things that move the needle. Because if the goal is to make sure that these big conglomerates that are charging now up to 40% of your business, and rumor is that obviously they're going to tap into possibly 50%, like, you need to make that less than, I would say, 18 to 15% of your business, right? And some of us, I see some of these teams out there bragging, flex, 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 flex. And shout out to Zillow, you've been a great partner for many years, but I still have the responsibility to make decisions in my business that are gonna, make sure that we have a business in the next 5 years. So for us, we're really excited about reimagining what this team looks like, how we increase profitability, and let us be a little bit more in control of our business versus the lead, I would say the lead pimps or the lead dealers that we were keeping in business and who were putting us out of business. And that's something I'm really excited because I'm the type of person, if you put a challenge in front of me, I'm like, ooh, okay, like tell me I can't, watch how I will. And I'm happy that I have had all the opportunities that we've had that allowed us to be at this position. But I also know I'm excited about running a business completely different. Got to bring the joy back in, taking back our brand, doing some of the simple things that are duplicatable so that other people can do and follow versus not everybody could go get those big accounts, right? So
Yeah.
it's exciting for us to kind of just go back to some of those basics and have some fun again in our business because it's got to a point where it wasn't as fun.
V, I earlier this year had reread Stephen Pressfield's Turning Pro, and he kind of talks in there at the end about kind of liken it to football, right? To where sometimes you just have to take what the defense is giving you, and I think navigating into the end of the year, kind of heard what you said, right? Like you've used that example in 08, 09, right? What was the defense giving me? Basically, what I'm saying is, what is the market giving us? As we know, we're going to be around 3.8, 3.9, whatever home sales, all indicators should go up next year. Should, doesn't mean it will, should go up. But what do you see the market is giving us, right? Like you're talking about tapping back into the community at a deeper level. You're talking about, the brand being more present, not relying on, the Zillows of the world, but really like, making your own business. But what do you see the market is going to give us? Al mentioned the headline, we're home sales, but rents 3 times, X growing at 3X the rate. What are you seeing, especially maybe in your market, but maybe even across the country? What is the defense? What is the market giving us that we need to really be paying attention to heading into the new year?
Well, based on our personal experience, we're still seeing, buyers, raising their hands. They're looking to negotiate a little bit stronger now. I mean, buyers know that they're in a position that they have options, but they're still wanting. This is my message to anybody out there who believes that buyers don't want to work with the buyer's agent. They're still wanting the representation of a good, strong buyer's agent. I think the reputation that we put out in the field gives people certainty that we have negotiation skills, that we have trust in the market. So I think if you're an agent that has built that, you're going to be okay as long as you continue to be out in the front and give consumers, confidence in not only your skill set, but giving them options. I'm seeing people still want options. Sellers, our cash offer campaigns are still extremely, extremely successful. And what I think has allowed us to be I would say an industry expert in our market is that we have always been open to multiple ways to service the client. Like we don't just sell your home one way, right? We have options for you, traditional, iBuyer, off market. We've got ways to help you because we've built that network. Same thing with buyers. They'll hit us up like, what do you have that's not on the market? So buyers for us, they've definitely shown us that they trust an expert that's been around. But what I will say that I'm seeing is that relationships are key right now. Relationships are key. You heard me talk about getting back in the community, doing some things that are going to surpass what I think the portals can offer, which is that trusted expert in the community that everybody sees not only at the fair, but they see them at the town hall and they see them at the community events, and they see their signs in the yards. That agent is gonna thrive. I'm watching it happen in my market. I'm watching agents who are mastering that smoke agents who simply had market share in the past, and it's because those agents got content. Yet these other agents who are out there grinding, who are out there making a presence for themselves, are really, really taking some market share. So, I'll let everyone make their own informed decision based on what they should be doing. I do think there's a world where both can coexist, but you better make sure that hiding behind the lead portals is not your only strategy.